Hey! Alright, so, fun fact, I got sick. Whoopsie. And it is really bad. Well, not anymore. I was unable to get out of bed for a couple days without just getting dizzy. I almost fell. Imagine that. I'm an old, senile old man. I almost fell. I'd rather wait 60 or so years for that to happen. I guess not naturally. It's natural enough. But I just want to chill and draw cubes and talk, because I want to try to figure out how to talk and draw at the same time. Because I've noticed I can't. I also don't know how to, practice, art. I also need to stop, chicken scratching. It's a real problem of mine. I don't know what to talk about, though, because being sick, not much has happened lately. I've started playing The Last of Us Part 1. It's really cool, actually. I know a little bit about the story, because I was spoiled when everything was a show. When the game was a show. Everyone was talking about it, so I got a little spoiled, but it's fine. What else? I binged Always Sunny. I got through 3 seasons in 3 or 4 days, so plenty of that. I've kept trying to make videos, and I just can't stick to them. None of them feel that great. This is probably the second video I tried to make while sick. The first one is so much worse, but if I simply just draw a cube, what's the worst that could happen? Not like I'm gonna die. When it comes to art, I really want to figure it out. But I also don't have, I do have the time, I just don't give the time to art. Because, I've been drawing for a while, I guess. Only recently have I wanted to, take it seriously. But that's just because I find it really cool. It seems like what a passion is. Think something's really cool and you want to do it a lot. It sounds like it. I don't really know why I, made it into a whole YouTube thing. Because, on one hand, it's fun. I like to just make videos. I had an old channel, but, it's very different. And it's not that great. You could consider it learning how to edit. I learned how to green screen for that channel. Ooh, thank God it doesn't exist anymore. But I really like when a lot of the comments are like, oh man, I really feel like drawing. That's really cool, I think. Because it's man, welcome. I just think it's really neat that my videos motivated a few people. Not to brag or anything, but might be the reason there is another Picasso. You're welcome. Yeah, being sick for the past week has really it's really worn me out. I mean, I'm pooped. I don't really have anything to talk about. My dreams lately as I've been sick have been a little weird. There was one night I got a lucid dream, which isn't too uncommon for me, because, I don't know, I used to get lucid dreams pretty regularly, and only recently have I not, but the other night I did, and, I did the usual flying around, that kind of stuff, but, I don't know, it's like I don't know how to explain it. I don't necessarily go into creative. It's like I turn on cheats and continue playing the story. Does that make sense? I don't just go around flying and destroying stuff. I just use cheats to make the dream easier, I guess. I don't know. I've had some weird dreams. That could be a video. Drawing dreams. I don't know. I don't know if I've had enough. Well, actually, no. I have a note on my phone of, a lot of dreams. At least a year's worth. I could do that. I remember a lot of my dreams from, God, a long time ago. I think the earliest dream I remember is when I was 4 or 5. It was at least 5. I had a big fear of aliens, right? And I also watched shows with aliens and stuff in them. And so I would have nightmares about them sometimes. But I remember the dream is I go into the basement, my basement, and then there's an alien, freaky little guy. Naturally, I run, right? Because, well, I don't wanna get caught by an alien. And it chases me, and then I think I like fall in the garage or something and wake up. Yeah, a dream video would be really cool. I could like, I don't know how I would draw a dream. Do I just draw like one part of it? Or do I make it into like a comic strip or something? It'd be kind of more on my brand to make it a comic strip. You know, like 3 panels or something. And trust me, by the way, when I say I've had a lot more interesting dreams than running away from an alien and then falling and waking up. So I don't know if all of them could fit on 3 panels. I've also had quite the sleep paralysis experiences. Not a lot, like I know some people do, but I've had my fair share. Like, actually my first sleep paralysis was the worst because I didn't know what sleep paralysis was. So I thought, oh, you know, I'm gonna die now. That's what it felt like, because it's such a bizarre feeling. It's kind of like being a ghost, I guess. Not being dead, by the way. Being a ghost. Very different thing. I don't remember all the details of my first sleep paralysis, but man, I remember being scared for like 6 hours straight that night. And then when I finally got to sleep, I think I had a lucid dream. So that's cool. Yeah, the night after I found out what the day after, I figured out what sleep paralysis is, and then it's never been scary again. I just kind of freeze when I wake up sometimes, and then it's like, okay, just gotta wait this out. One of my most memorable dreams, it was one that I thought would be like a kind of neat movie, I guess. A little similar to like, well, I guess it's not really similar to that much anything. It's a Groundhog Day scenario, right? And I would wake up each of the same day, right? And then I would find out that there is a certain type of monster I have to find. Like there was this one time, it was like a little worm. And then another time, it was this pillar monster. Like it was a pillar. Hold on, let me draw it. It's like a pawn, right? And it had a face of some kind. Actually, it was more of a straight line. And it was big. So like here is a car for scale, right? This thing is huge, and I think this is the one that killed me the most because I remember seeing it twice. Oh yeah, and it was weird because it was a dream where I kept dying, but I didn't wake up. That was a weird one. I don't remember what all the monsters were, but I remember the worm was really easy to kill, as you could imagine. There's also a lot of reoccurring places in my dreams. Like, there was this mall that doesn't exist, by the way. This is like this is a really big mall. Hold on, here's a car for scale. That's how big the mall is, right? And so many things have happened in that mall. It was like, sometimes it's an action thing, sometimes it's a horror thing, a nightmare, and sometimes it's just chilling. Like I'm just hanging out with people. It's crazy. I haven't been there in a while. I should go back. I should visit, as if I have a choice. There is another place. It's not as reoccurring, but I think it's kind of cool looking. Oh, I wish I could draw it. I really wish I could draw it, because it's a cool scene. You got like stairs everywhere, all around. Those are all stairs. And then there's middle platforms connecting said stairs. Big open room. And of course I've had my fair share of like horrible nightmares, you know, the huge. Like I've gotten eaten by wolves once. That was pretty scary. It hurt. Well, it hurt as much as you can imagine it hurting. That's how dreams work. I've also had my fair share of just mundane dreams, where it's like, oh, you know, I'm gonna put this water in the fridge, and then that's the dream. It's not nearly as cool as getting eaten by wolves, I will say. I've drawn a lot of cubes here, huh? Why am I doing this? Hold on. Can I? Yeah, I can make it all black. It's okay. And then I can, yeah, okay. Oh, look at that. I don't know why I was drawing it in the blue, you know, in my sketch blue. Alright, so I do have my notes, my dream notes, right? I can multitask. That's what I'm trying to do from the beginning, kind of. So here I've got reoccurring places, right? A camp that connects to a mountain, huge gravel path. I remember that one. It's been a while since I've had that. Okay, maybe this is a little harder to do. Read and draw and talk at the same time. So there's the giant mall, a sewer with a very consistent layout. Sometimes a crawl space is blocked off. Don't know what that means. I don't remember that. Sometimes a certain room is a little different, and there's a specific path to take to meet a skeleton that will tell you which way to go. I've only gone left so far, but there is a right door. What a sewer system. Got a skeleton and everything. You know, I feel like in terms of making, like, I don't know, I want to make a bizarre, fever dreamish, like, story, but I don't really know how. I do think, though, a skeleton would be a good way to do it. In this one, I was a lawyer. Okay. Don't remember why I was what it was about. Talking about the case with my colleague. Don't know who my colleague was. Somebody comes in, pulls up a chair, and sits next to us. I don't think you could possibly set him free. The evidence is too strong. Unbreakable. I assume the other guy said that. My partner tries to talk to her, but they end up arguing. I decide to leave the place and search for a card or something. Okay. Outside, there was a guy in a car who was extremely rude and Australian. Okay. Yeah, I definitely need to make a video going through all these. I find the card, but it's atop a ladder leaning on nothing. I remember this now. Yet, standing perfectly upright. Of course, I climb the ladder, I grab the card, and I can't do anything, so I fall. Oh wait, no, I grab the card and then I start to fall, and then I can't do anything. My bad. So I let my hands be crushed, which woke me up. What a dream. He was rude, but also Australian. That's so funny. I was doing something and got caught by someone with sunglasses. He sends a huge guy to get me. He was bald. Probably bigger than Shaq. I run through an infinite building. It branches into, like, weird rooms. Wait, it's like that one painting with the stairs. I don't remember what it's called. So I got lost, which makes sense. And because I got lost, I remembered I was in a dream because I recognized it from another dream. Oh, so I've been here before, but okay, whatever. I didn't write that one down apparently. So I remembered it was a dream, and that's when I got my dream powers activated. So I fly up and go through the exit and continue running so I could enjoy the dream. Slowly forgetting I was dreaming, I keep running from the bald guy. I try running through a room with tons of PCs in it. I try to run through the main door to leave, but there's another gigantic guy who had hair and Post Malone-like tattoos. I end up running into the office entrance area, but it doesn't work and I get caught. The end. Oh, okay. So my dad was apparently an F1 racer. He's not in real life, by the way. And then, like, news, breaking news, that kind of stuff pops up on the TV, right? There are apparently aliens, or at least monsters, similar to the ones from Quiet Place, except for they were white with random sharp bones pointing out randomly. Wow, yeah, you can tell I just woke up when I wrote this. It doesn't hear well, but it sees well. Everyone running away from the racetrack panicking. I end up going home and talking to a blonde person. Right. I turn on the TV and I see the news talking about the monster. I let the news play while I prepare tea for the lady. Of course. Knowing the light isn't safe, I leave at night and go home. Monsters don't show up at my house. Yeah, okay, so I went home and then I woke up. That's so disappointing. Man, I wish I knew what happened. I wish there was some way for me to come up with a conclusion to that story. Did I already talk about my Groundhog Day sort of dream? Because it's right here. I was in a Groundhog Day type deal, but I was being chased by two monsters that change every time I die. The first time, there was an evil, ghosty, and slimy chain chomp. Oh, from Mario. Yeah, okay. That's the best way I can describe it. At first, I didn't understand what was happening, but the monster eventually got to the house I was at and killed me. Notice, it's not my house. It's a house I was at. I woke up and saw a map this time, and it shows where in the world the monster is. This time it's a small worm thing and a giant glob. I decide to try to stay in the house. I lock the doors and windows and use anything I can to block any way in. It did not work. They just broke it, and I died. That's great. Next try, there was a worm and a shapeshifter on the map. They were somewhere in Utah, so I had time. What? How did I know? Okay, why Utah? I assumed since these ones are smaller, I could actually survive in my house. I lock and block everything again. That's kind of a fun way to say that. And hide in the bathroom. I sit there waiting. They break in and kill me after a while. Well, let me just say, I really suck at fighting these monsters. Because this is supposed to be easy, right? The worm and a shapeshifter. They were in Utah. I had time. That's across the country for me. So this is the last try. There was a shapeshifter and a large glob. They were pretty far away this time. That helps. I wish it told me which state. I decide to call somebody and they come over. I explain everything, then the monsters get here. Clearly weren't that far. Since they're after me, the person runs out and starts their car. And I run out and get in the car. And we drive away. That works well for the glob, but not for the shapeshifter. We were on the highway. The giant glob was about a quarter mile behind us. Very specific. And the shapeshifter jumped onto the roof of the car, trying to jump in. I grabbed the shapeshifter and just throw him back onto the road. The glob started to catch up, and it towered over us, so we turned of the road. Wow. God, I was tired when I wrote this. This version of me was a real dumb writer. After so long of driving, it caught up and killed me. Then I woke up. Yeah, rarely do I have dreams where I die multiple times, but hey. What? Sorry. What is this dream? Was I sick when I had this? Okay. Alright guys. I was at some kind of fair or festival with Shrek. We were walking down the road when somebody working here asked Shrek if he wanted to play his game, since he still had some mud on his face, which was the currency here. Shrek said no and continued, saying that he wanted to spend the rest of his mud on fun facts on the internet, to which I agreed upon. His positive economic decision. Okay, funny little me. Oh my god. Which was the currency here? Oh my god. Walking out the fair and into the parking lot, Shrek has some kind of coin and paper thing, as if paying for the parking. As he sorts his change, I see Sylvester Stallone running towards us. Shrek pushes me out of the way, and Stallone steals Shrek's money and runs away. Years later, I, an angry mercenary, come to avenge Shrek. I fly a helicopter into a building and rain fire and shatter the glass. What glass? Well, I fly a helicopter to a building. Okay. Okay. Oh, then I drive the helicopter into the building. Safely, of course. It says it right there. Safely, of course. Oh my god. I go to the elevator on my left and went down to a room with a table featuring Jon Favreau, Pitbull, and Sylvester Stallone. I've come to avenge my friend, I said to the table of my enemies. I then got into a fist fight against Sylvester Stallone, which I won, easily. Jon Favreau looks at me in fear, so I keep him alive, and Pitbull runs away. I won. The end. Okay, so much to unpack there. I can't do anything better than that. So, I'm just gonna stop. This is the end of the video. Which was the currency here? So funny. Alright, well, you should probably subscribe because, God knows I'm an angry mercenary and you don't know what I might do if you don't subscribe. Like the video, maybe even comment. You could say like, wish I was Shrek. Yeah, say that. Yeah. Okay, whatever, bye.